What's going on, everybody? JD here, and you know what? I'm a little salty today, so I'm gonna talk about that today in a little bit of a phone vlog. So roll intro. Now, I typically don't film on Mondays and Tuesdays because I'm busy. My a part-time job as a worship leader works Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So those 3 days I don't normally film, but in this particular case, I am filming because I spent a good part of my evening last night putting motor mounts on the car. And it was in the dark, otherwise I would have filmed it. I wanted to get them done because I was trying to address the drive shaft rub I've mentioned. Now, while in the process of replacing the engine mounts, motor mounts, whatever you want to call them, I made a couple of harrowing discoveries. I discovered that there was some rust in the driver's side floor pan, and that the passenger side floor pan had been replaced and it wasn't done well. So that kind of teed me off. And that brings me to the point of this video. Sometimes you struggle with a project car. In my case, I've spent the last 2 or 3 months, I mean, you can go back to like the first Smokey rebuild video, which, God, I have to go look at the date. But, you know, I've spent the last large block of time with this car dealing with problems. And I'm getting to the end of fixing that first set of problems and just discovering more. And I'm not made of money. I don't think any of us really truly are, and if we're made of money, we typically don't have project cars. We go out and buy something nice. At least that's what I would do if I was made of money. But you always have to remember, when you're trying to, well, it's really hard to say do something that I love. When you're trying to do something you love, doing something you're passionate about, or you're doing something that is a hobby, it's supposed to bring you joy, you sometimes reach these impasses, these crossroads where you get a little upset. In this case, very upset. I worked on the car until 11:30, 12 o'clock at night last night, putting motor mounts in and fussing and hooting and hollering about the fact that I discovered even more stuff that needed to be addressed. But when you reach those impasses, what separates somebody who's truly passionate about what they're doing versus someone who's not, or chasing a fad, or however you want to say it, someone who's not truly into what they're doing, it's how you address it and how you choose to move on. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had my pity party today. I even posted on Facebook, like we all do, or at least I do sometimes, talking about how I was upset with the car and thinking about getting another chassis and all this crazy dumb stuff because I was angry. And not one, but a couple of my good friends, but one in particular said something to me. It was probably one of the nicest things that's ever been said to me. The guy's name's Drew LeClaire. And he described my process, and he described me as a master and a perfectionist, which neither one, I'm OCD, diagnosed OCD, so perfectionist is correct. But I never view myself as a master. I don't think any of us really truly are masters, because if we ever feel like we've learned everything, we've stopped learning, therefore we're not developing anymore. But it really hit me and struck me that somebody else saw what I was doing and thought that highly of me. And it I don't know, it kind of reframed the whole way I was thinking. So thanks, Drew. I appreciate the incredible kind words. Yeah, so in reframing how I was thinking, it put me in a place to just kind of pick up my emotional little pieces and move on. So yeah, I've had a hard time with the car this weekend. But you know, the hard times evidenced by my monk haircut and unshaven face. I go from looking decent to like poo very quickly. But anyway, I've had a hard time with the car this past week in regards to chasing really weird problems, for lack of a better way to say it. But that shouldn't be a reason for me to give up. I think challenges present themselves as opportunities to learn and grow. And for a minute there, I forgot that. And I think we all have those moments, those minutes where we're just like, dang it, I don't want to do this anymore. But if every time we were faced with a challenge like that, we said, dang it, I don't want to do this anymore, and then we actually stopped, we wouldn't grow anymore. So, with that being said, this vlog is weird because I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not doing anything car related other than talking about my piece of junk. And I'm not, doing anything fabrication or photography related, but I thought it was very important to share this, I don't know if I'd call it an epiphany, but a moment of realization that, I know some of the biggest turning points in my life came when I was faced with challenge and overcame, and I forgot that briefly today. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this. I hope that it rejuvenates your energy, drive, passion, desire to continue working on whatever project you're working on. Because it's natural to have moments of just like, well, as I said a second ago, dang it, I don't want to do this anymore. And we shouldn't take that to heart and give up. We should take that as a challenge and a pathway to success. I think it's quoted by Edison, I think, who did the light bulb. I think he was quoted as once saying, it took 1,000 failures to create a light bulb. And he was asked, about his 1,000 failures. And the thing that he actually said was, no, they're not 1,000 failures. It was a process or an item, a creation, an invention that had 1,000 steps. And I think in the process of developing ourselves and chasing our hobbies and passions and careers and all these things, doing the things we truly love to do, we have to remember that there's always going to be steps. And I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. So like, comment, subscribe, all that normal stuff you hear me say every single freaking video. And, let's hang out. Let's build something cool together. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.